I'm Van.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
Culpy and Chip. I just want to... Look, guys, these are the packages that came for our registry.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, if anybody else wants to participate in that, the link will be in the description.
And we are having the baby shower pretty soon, inshallah.
Yep.
So
Wait.
I'm pretty happy about that. Thank you everybody that's helped, and thank you for everybody that's been chipping away at that Nuna stroller. What is it called?
Duna
stroller.
Yep.
So thank you very
It's a
much.
car seat with wheels underneath it.
Thank you very much for chipping away at
Perfect
that, y'all.
for large families.
Is that what it said?
No, it just is because you can't fit
I know.
a stroller in.
I
with
saw
all
an
the
instructional video on it, and I was like, oh, okay, that's, oh, okay.
Oh, you did? You
Yeah, when you were mad at me when you left me to go to the appointment.
I wasn't mad at you. I've told you over and over. You got to be ready.
I can show you
Can't
guys.
roll in
I can
late.
show you guys the texts. She was mad at me.
I was mad at you once I had to leave without you
There you are.
because I didn't want to go by myself, so I cried my way there.
For timely, you didn't cry.
I did cry.
Timely, topical, political commentary. You can hit us up at Middle America.
I almost recorded another video so people could see.
Oh yeah, you should have. You should have recorded it. People.
But
wanna
I
see
didn't
that.
want to because I didn't want to make you look bad.
Oh, I don't care.
Well, then I'll shoot the video and tell them what you did.
Yeah, shoot the video. You gotta. Yeah, it's not gonna be the same because you're not all emotional and stuff. But you should have done it. You should have shot the video. I don't care how. It's fine with me.
Well, I'll tell the story anyway.
That's why I don't have a my Vin life, because I know I could never say anything. You'd have a meltdown.
I would.
Yeah, I know.
I'd be like, I can't believe you said that.
I know. And God,
Me?
God forbid a female takes my side, and
Yeah, then I'd
that'd
be
be
like-
the end of it.
Yeah.
Even though like most of the people on your channel are dudes, but that's another story. All right, well, we are trying like mad to
Well,
get.
my channel is My Sorry Life. I'm not sure if I said that. If you want to check it out.
Right. We're trying like mad to get back to the format. Life's been pretty crazy for us with these false contractions from this guy.
No, they're real contractions.
Right.
Don't you dare call them false. They're real contractions. They're just not.
False
Enough.
alarms. Can I say false alarms? Is that will that not get me murdered?
Sure.
So today we've got Main Stage Underground on time. I'm very, very happy. This is what alliance picked this one?
Oh, Lord help me. What happened to it? Oh, right here.
You're on the wrong one.
Yeah, Sin and Glory.
Sin and Glory. Okay, this is Culpy,
Culpy.
right? Mm-hmm. Culpy in the house. If you want to join an alliance, all you have to do is jump on to Patreon. Starts at $1, and you get in there, and then they it's good stuff, good community, all that jazz. We still take requests, by the way. So if you hit me up on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, and there's really no science or rhyme or reason to it. It just depends. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, let's do that right now, and other times I'm like, yeah, send me an email. It takes a year. So. All right, all along the Watchtower, Jimi Hendrix. This is on the Electric Ladyland record.
All right,
Go!
go.
Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump. This was on Forrest Gump.
What?
Forrest Gump. And it goes, doo 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 doo. I know this song! Yeah! Yeah!
Stop interrupting the song.
I know history. I need the first 3 seconds of this song.
What's it about?
So, I knew the first 3 seconds. I was so happy. I was like, yes, I know this song. And I was like, ugh.
And then you didn't know it.
I didn't know anything else. That opening riff, that it just like builds. That's like an iconic.
You said it was on Forrest Gump?
I'm pretty sure it was. Anytime I hear a song like from the 60s or something, I always think it's Forrest Gump. I'm pretty sure like there's one scene where Jenny's like running or something like that, and she's, you know, that riff is playing. I remember that lick though. Okay. So you ready?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what we were singing about.
What did you like about the song?
I like the dated sound of it.
Really?
Like, yeah, it sounded kind of older.
This is 1968. Okay.
Oh, whoa. It's a lot older than I thought, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you think? How old did you think it was?
I think I was thinking in the 70s or close to the 80s.
I mean, 68. I mean, 80s. He was dead before.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of like. Sometimes I'm just like in the mood for that kind of dated sound, and so I liked that.
Like what? Like the retro sound? Like,
yeah.
That's what they call it.
Yeah, and his voice.
K-Rock used to have. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
No, it just that was it. Like just the music and.
What about
and
his voice?
I don't know. I just liked it. You know, it was kind of relaxing. Something about his voice was relaxing. What? Why are you making that face? Yeah.
Huh.
Wow, I mean, we just got done reviewing a black metal song. Maybe that's why.
Right. But it's kind of like hold on. Let me hear this solo again. Definitely like a flower power type.
Yeah. Just has that. I don't know. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna get a shake and some fries and. I just like the way that these instruments are being played. I like it. It had kind of like an outdoorsy sort of sound to it too.
That solo was pretty crazy to me.
Why?
Because it was. I'm going back to like 1968 and thinking to myself, like, the only person I've seen that can like manipulate a guitar, like, and I've only had 2 experiences with this dude, is Dime. You know, Dime was able to like make the guitar, like the guitar was like a second vocalist for Pantera.
Yeah.
And I feel like in this song, like what he did with his guitar work, it was like the guitar was saying something with the you know, when you do scale work and everything, and it's like there's some people that just like the instrument becomes like a like a vocalist itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think that the instrument becomes a part of them from their perspective, but from my perspective, it seems like it's become its own thing.
Right.
And it's like alive.
Right. But
Yeah.
and that's the difference between. It's like when I was in Kentucky, I was on the assignment in Kentucky, and like you think you're good at basketball, and then you're playing like these third string guys from UK, from the actual college team, and they're just playing with you. Like
Cat and a mouse.
Well, it's just, you know, I was doing a fadeaway from like 16 feet away, and the guy wasn't even jumping. Then in the last second, he gets in the air and sends the shit all the way across.
Really?
Yeah. It was like, oh. But it's like Colin was saying, like, you really have no idea how good these professional athletes are. Like they're like ridiculously good.
Yeah.
And these were not professional athletes. These were third stringers on the UK team. Like they were, you know, the guys.
Do you ever feel when you watch sports, I could do that?
Oh yeah, for sure. And
I mean, I don't feel that way.
And the reason it's like, oh, you see a guy on guitar, like, oh, I could do that. And like you could if you get the tabs, sure. But like to be the type of person that could come up with something like that, and you know, have it in your mind and be able to do that, and like it's a singular thing. It's a singular talent. Like when he did that solo, it was just like, all right, forget it. Like you're not close to being a good guitarist. Like, forget it. Like, there's some guitarists where I listen to them, I'm like, yes, it makes me want to pick up a guitar and play.
Yeah.
And there are other guitarists where it's like, oh, you're an amateur.
Yeah.
That's what you are.
For me, it's, you know, when I see the DIY cooking things or whatever, like, then I'm like, oh. Those are the things that I see. I'm like, I could do that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't think that when I watch basketball or when I hear people do the guitar.
Well, yeah, like...
I'm like, I'm just going to appreciate
I see basketball, somebody's coming in a fast break, they come out the corner on the clip, I'm like, oh, man, you had a wide open 8-footer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like I could hit that 8-footer. Mm-hmm. And I probably could, but, like, how to get there and all the things that you had to do before that and the athletes that you're playing against. Like, no, you could not.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Not at all. Not at all.
Plus, I think some of these guys are taller than what they look like on the TV screen.
Oh, for sure. But this, like, this right here, like, what he did with that solo was just, it was just insane.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Okay, so all along the Watchtower, there must be some kind of way out of here, said the Joker to the thief. There's too much confusion, I can't get no relief. Businessmen, they drink my wine. Plowmen dig my earth. None will level on the line. Nobody offered his word. No reason to get excited, the thief kindly spoke. There are many here among us who feel that life is but a joke. But you and I, we've been through that, and this is not our fate, so let us not talk falsely now, the hour is getting late. All along the Watchtowers, princes kept the view, while all the women came and went barefoot servants too. Outside in the cold distance, a wild cat did growl. 2 riders were approaching, and then the wind began to howl. All along the Watchtower.
So is this a kingdom? There's a Joker, there's princes, there's...
Yeah, it seems to be about, like, class warfare to some degree. Mm-hmm. Like, all the princes at the top of the Watchtower, you know, like,
servants are down below.
They're above everybody, and they're looking down at everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so then there must be some way out of here. Like, the Joker and the thief, they're all at the bottom. Mm-hmm. Everybody's at the bottom. But the thief has figured out that they're not going to deal with that. They're going to find some way out of it. Because but you and I, we've been through that. This is not our fate.
Yeah.
So, like, the thief has figured out how to get probably up to where the Watchtower is, up to where the princes are.
Well, I think if he's talking to the Joker is in the King's courtyard.
Right.
In the court. Yeah.
But he's still below in the sense of his socioeconomic status.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
you're probably right. It's out of here, as in probably out of that.
Yeah, it's class warfare.
Yeah, the kingdom, but also out of where they are. Yeah, placed
race.
in the classes. Yeah.
Well, you know, I was talking to you about. I'll probably shoot a Middle America episode about it, where Bernie Sanders was talking to a Fox News audience, and he was getting a lot of claps. And so when he would say something very significant about healthcare, Medicare for all, or you know, not having the, you know, getting rid of crony capitalism, people started clapping.
Yeah.
And then the Fox hosts obviously did not assume that would happen when Bernie started to, because, you know, they use big boogeyman terms like socialists and things like that.
Yep.
And, like, I think Americans we're all at the bottom here. And he's like, look, call it what you want, but I think it's ridiculous that 1% of the population has as much wealth as 150 million of us.
Yeah.
Like, do the math.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. And so it's like, you know, do you believe, you know, and he goes, I'll push a question back to you guys. Do you believe that billionaires should be able to buy votes and buy politicians and all that? And of course, the two guests, the two Fox hosts, one of them was a 17 millionaire and the other one was a 7 millionaire. You know what I'm saying? So he's talking about them.
Yeah.
So then the guy brings up, well, you just wrote a book and you made $1 million off of a book. And he's like, isn't that the American dream? And Bernie goes, no, I'm a senator. I'm up on the Watchtower. So me being able to write a book and make $1 million is not going to help these people. These people aren't getting $1 million from the book that I wrote. And it was a very good answer.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, so I don't know what the economic system is, but I know that just pure capitalism has to go, man.
Well, when you're talking about extreme capitalism, I agree with you. I mean...
Well, I call it pure capitalism.
Sure. I mean, whatever.
If you're talking about, like, complete laissez-faire, like, hey, hands off. That means you
Yeah,
can't
I don't agree with that. I don't think that that's good.
Well, that's
That's why we have people dying. Like, you know, when we were on our walk and we were talking about people dying because they can't get insulin. That's not right.
Yeah, that's no joke.
But I also don't want Joe Schmo to get the same pay that I've been getting after I've been struggling through this pregnancy, shooting all these videos.
Well, yeah, and
no way.
That's why he's calling himself a democratic socialist or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody calls anything. All I know is that I don't want an economic system where billionaires get to buy politicians.
No, that's wrong.
If it's pure capitalism, there's literally no way you can say that that's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, that's number one. You know, Obama, the first thing he did was he took out $500K from these banks once he got out of office and all that. He's flying all over the world, you know, whatever. TPP and sold everybody out. Did a whole bunch of craziness, man. And so there's like, you know, pure capitalism is, I think Umar Johnson said that it's impossible to have a real democracy in a purely capitalistic system because the quadrillionaires are always going to have the advantage. Mm-hmm. Because what we have is representative of government. So it's not one man, one vote, one woman, one vote. We're in a republic and you have representative government. So I don't need to influence 1 trillion people. All I need to do is influence the one guy who the other 20,000 people in his given sector he's supposed to represent their will. Mm-hmm. All I got to do is buy that one guy. Mm-hmm. So Umar Johnson was saying it's impossible to have a true democracy or democratic republic with pure capitalism. Like, you've got to put, you know, so you got the Citizens United thing and they're trying to make it about, oh, this is about freedom of speech and whatever. It's like, oh, it's not buying politicians, it's freedom of speech and they're speaking with their money. Mm-hmm. Like, isn't that convenient? Like, yeah, no wonder we haven't been able to get after these pharmaceutical companies for charging $60 quadrillion on, you know,
that's wrong.
On things that cost them $4.86 to make.
Exactly.
It's because these pharmaceutical companies are willing to spend $5-6 million on a senator and a congresswoman, so that they can make sure that they keep their, you know, basically blackmail us to death, literally.
That's not right.
So, like, it creates this sort of, like, you know, people talk about class warfare. Like, anytime you have these types of inequalities, you're going to have the thief, right?
You're gonna have your I can't think of what he's called. Robin Hood.
My stomach starts growling, feet start hurting, and the heat start working. I'm gonna rob me a person. Like, what? What do you want people to do? Anytime you have that sort of economic inequality, you're gonna get a thief.
Yeah.
And
we already have thieves, and we don't have that.
You wanna hang out in your little watchtower and your little high place, and you know, people say all the time, like, oh, you don't like capitalism, but you own a small business. Like, come on, guys, let's be realistic. America, the United States, is not the only place on the planet where people open small businesses. Okay? And if love for your fellow man doesn't motivate you, how about some just plain self-interest? If you're constantly on the top of your little watchtower looking down at everybody, eventually, I mean, what does a Bolshevik revolt teach you? I mean, eventually people are going to come with pickaxes and shit and knock down your
I don't remember what you're talking about.
Well, remember when they came after Anastasia and then they killed all of Tsar Nicholas and killed everybody? Because they were out there chilling, playing tennis or whatever, and the rest of their people were suffering horribly.
Yeah.
People want to come home from war and you know, play with their kids and milk their cows and live a simple life, and you're out there, you know, doing whatever. But you're up there in your little tower, and you don't care about people suffering down here. And that's what I said. Like, if your love for your fellow man doesn't motivate you, it's like, well, you better do something before these thieves and these clowns, you know, it's like a Joker. The Joker is like a funny character to me, because, like, think about Joker from Batman.
Oh, he's great.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, he's a Joker, but the Joker was also the dude that was poisoning your drink and all that stuff.
Joke's on you.
Joke's on you. So, like, you know, businessmen, they drink my wine, they dig up my earth. Nobody offered his word. Like, hey, no reason to get excited. There are many here among us who feel that life is but a joke. See, like, you've got your life becomes basically meaningless because you're just in absolute and abject poverty all the time. They're going to take some pickaxes and shovels and knock down your high tower, and then they're going to kill you and steal your shit. Now that's wrong. Like what the Bolsheviks did to the Tsar, terrible. They shouldn't have done that.
Right.
But it's human nature.
You can't push people.
You can't hoard, like, eventually, like, that's the thing that gets me.
Especially if their family is hungry.
Seduct. That's what I said.
No.
The stomach start growling, my feet start hurting, my heat start working, I'm gonna rob me a person.
Yeah.
Like, hey, it is what it is. And it doesn't matter, like, it doesn't matter. If you put black people in a ghetto, they're gonna turn to crime. You put white people in you put Italians in a ghetto. Where do you think the Italian mafia came from? Italian mafia came because when these guys came over on the boat, it was dogs and Italians need not apply. So you weren't giving those Italians any stake of the pie. So they said, okay, we'll get together and we'll go to that same store where you wouldn't hire me for a job, and then we'll extort you.
Right.
How about that? Then I'll open up a pizza shop. We don't need job applications anymore.
Yep. Oh, I know. I get it.
And people are like, oh, well, that's redistribution of wealth. Yes. Correct. To me, I'm beyond like this stuff as far as, to me, everything comes down to human nature. You know, and human beings are nobody's going to sit there and let you stay on top of your watchtower while people are dying. No.
Exactly.
And in the richest country ever known to man.
And even people that aren't violent, you know?
Hell no. Nobody's going to co-sign that.
It just pushes everybody to that limit.
Nah, bro.
You know, I was having a discussion with the kids about stealing. And, you know, when I was talking, one of them said, well, but what if you're starving? Then can you steal then? So that was, you know, it was an interesting discussion because...
Right.
You know, in their mind, they're like, okay, well, yeah, senseless stealing, but what if we're in a situation where...
Right. And obviously, as Christians, we're never going to say, yeah, it's good to steal. But I would say that if you're contributing to a society that makes a person choose between their life or their morality, then you're guilty of the greater sin.
Yeah.
You know, and
I just said, well, there's state help and people can get help. They don't have to steal.
Right. But that's socialism. That's socialism. Yeah. You want pure capitalism? Then there's no you know, these antitrust laws where you had to break up these monopolies. I guess monopolies are cool then. You're good with pure capitalism, then I guess monopolies are okay. See what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It's crazy. But you know, the 60s, there was a lot of unrest at the time, you know, and there was a lot of, you know, people questioning things. Because like in the 50s, like you weren't allowed to really, you just had to go along and, you know, you bought your little car and, you know, whatever. And, you know, the 60s, everybody's questioning everything. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was important. You know, it was important questions to have. And, you know, I just think we need to get our minds together and figure out, I don't care what the ism is. We got to come up with a new ism that makes it so that we're not in these situations. And I don't think socialism is the answer either. But the reason I throw around the word socialism is because I'm not afraid of the word. Like these people are trying to make the word sound like something that is going to completely and totally destroy us, as if pure capitalism isn't destroying us either.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know how many people socialism has killed? I don't know how many people has capitalism killed. Like, why do you think we've had wars for the last, you know, decade and a half? I mean, let's just be rational here. All right.
What do you give it?
We've been through that. This is not well, all the women came and went, barefoot servants too. Two riders were approaching, the wind began to howl. Here we go. About to be some jihad.
Yep.
Do that. Yeah, I just think this is actually a pretty deep song. And it's probably like freshest in my mind because I probably just need to shoot a Middle America. I probably need to shoot a Middle America.
Yeah, I think you get a lot in there
to get this out of my system. What do you give the song?
I think it was a 9. Oh boy, 9 for me. Yeah, 9.
Yeah.
What about you?
Said the Joker to the thief. Well, I'm going to give it a 10 because of its historical relevance and the fact that it's still relevant today. Mm-hmm. And that intro riff was crazy, very iconic, and that solo was insane. So I'm going to have to give this a 10. The big homie Hendrix. Much love to the big homie. It's with the A in self, inshallah. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.